welcome back to Cooking for Two 101. I'm Christy, that's John behind the camera. Today, after much deliberation, we are making scalloped potatoes and ham with cheese in the Finex. Yeah, we can do it the traditional way in the oven. We could try to do it in the Instapot, but I haven't really perfected it yet. So we're going to do it in the Finex. Right now I have my oven set on 350 degrees and the lid to my Finex is in there. If you don't have one of these, do it in a cast iron skillet, and when you get ready to put it in the oven, just put some tin foil on it, no big deal. First we're going to dice up a half of an onion, and the way I like to do it is cut the onion in half, cut it in quarters, and leave this little root end off. Then you're going to cut it the short way, like this. And then when you get down to the root, you just turn the opposite direction and you make your little dices. It's so easy to do it this way. It's much harder to cut a whole onion or a half of an onion. If you do it in quarters, way easier. Look at how simple that was. I also have in my Finex about a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. It's already hot. We're going to saute these onions. Ooh, let me get rid of that root end. See you later, bye. I'm going to toss these in there and let them brown up a bit. It doesn't take long, a couple of minutes, especially since my Finex is nice and warm. But while that's happening, I'm just going to smash up 2 garlic cloves in my garlic smasher, which I love. They're kind of small. If you have one big one, that's fine. If you like a lot of garlic, put some more in, no big deal. I love this thing because it just saves my fingers from being icky and gross. Alright, this is going to take a couple of minutes. I thought it would go a little faster, but I turned it down and I forgot. But as soon as these are a little bit brown, we'll be back and add the garlic. Okay, so while the onions are browning, we're just going to cut 4 red potatoes with the skin on. I like the skin. I think it tastes good and it's better for you. Into 1/8 of an inch strips, or however thin you can get them. Use your knuckle like I showed you before. If you're new and you don't really, you're not feeling safe about it, cut the bottom off. Make it flat so it doesn't roll around. Way safer, super easy, no big deal. And don't worry, you can still throw that piece in. It's not going to be a big issue at all. Or if you're lucky and you have a mandolin, you can use it to cut your potatoes super simply. I didn't have a mandolin until this year, but my son asked for one for Christmas, and I thought, why don't I have a mandolin? So I bought him one and I bought me one, and here we are. This is a mandolin. This is super sharp, like chop off your hand kind of sharp. It comes with the guide. Always, always, always use the guide. You want to use this, see these pokey things? That pokes into your potato, like that. You pick it up and you put it at the top and you press down on the guide until it starts to hit this ridge, and then you press down on this part. I have mine set at 1/8 of an inch, which is really nice for scalloped potatoes because it cooks faster, which is also a bonus. And that's it. Look how easy that was. Beautiful scalloped potatoes. Boom. All right, I'm going to clean up and we'll come back and add the garlic and finish the sauce. See you in a bit. Okay, our onions are looking beautiful. I did turn it down a little bit. My Finex gets a little hot and I'm still trying to get used to that. Next we're going to add the 2 garlic cloves. They have been crushed. As soon as you start to smell the garlic, that's when you know you need to do something, which is add some liquid or take it off the heat. What we're going to do is add some whole milk. And we're going to use whole milk instead of flour, and we're not making a roux. We're going to make a cheese sauce that's keto friendly. But it's still delicious. Actually, I think it's better. Okay, I'm starting to smell it. It smells delicious. I'm going to turn it down quite a bit. And I'm going to start with about a 1/2 cup of this whole milk. We're going to incorporate that into the sauce. Well, I guess the onions. And we're going to add a 1/2 brick that I have diced up into chunks of cream cheese. This is what's going to create the thickness in the sauce as opposed to using flour. I've used flour most of my life, but I really prefer a sauce made with cream cheese instead of flour. As hard as I try to cook that flour taste out, sometimes it doesn't really work. So here we go. We're gonna melt this cream cheese. It's gonna take about 3-4 minutes, especially if I turn the stove back up. And then we'll be back as soon as we're close to adding the rest of the ingredients. All right, look at this beautiful sauce. I made this with no roux. It's creamy. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to try this. Next, what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn the heat down pretty low and we're gonna add our seasonings. I love a good dried mustard, yum. So I'm gonna add maybe a palmful and a half. I'm gonna add some paprika because I love the color that it gives, but also it adds a little smokiness, which is delightful. We're gonna add some fresh pepper and a pinch and a half, maybe a big pinch of pink sea salt. I'm gonna whisk this about a bit, and then we're gonna add, I have 2 cups. Watch your sauce. If it starts to pull like this, that means it's really close to being too thick. And that's when it's time to add maybe just a little bit more milk, because we have a lot of cheese to add in here. So I'm going to thin it down a bit. There we go. And we're going to add, I grated up 2 cups of cheese. I have Tillamook cheddar, Tillamook extra sharp cheddar, and a little bit of Swiss cheese for fun because it's delicious. I'm not going to add all of this because I want some to lay on the top for when we broil it. But I am going to, in batches, add almost all of this. So just sprinkle it about and do it on low heat. You don't want to do it on high heat or really on the burner at all because it will break the cheese and nobody wants to eat that. We've had this discussion before. Look how fast it's melting. Gosh, this pan is hot. Yay. Yum. Oh, it's beautiful. See how that milk thinned out our sauce just enough so that it wasn't super thick? Because it's just going to get, it won't get in between the potato layers that we're going to add here in a little bit. All right, I think we're almost there. Okay. Oh, it's starting thickening up. Yeah. Okay, next we are going to add the potatoes and the ham. This is a piece of ham I bought at the butcher. It's a 1/4 of an inch thick. It's the middle of the ham. I diced it into, I guess, rectangles. I like the shape. It's different than, you know, diced ham, which is too tiny and you sometimes don't even know it's there. And what I'm going to start doing is layering these potatoes into the sauce like this so that it gets under the sauce, the sauce gets between the potatoes, and it goes all around in a really pretty direction because we're really not going to stir this too much anymore after this. Once you go around the pan once and it's all shingled like that, look how pretty that is. Put a couple in the middle like that, and then I'm going to sprinkle some ham on. Yum. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try to get in between all the other little potatoes that I've already put in there. I'm going to go the opposite direction. It makes it a little bit easier. My oven, as I mentioned, was on 350 degrees. My lid is still in there. I like putting the lid on. It steams the potatoes and it helps them cook a little bit quicker, which is a bonus. I'm going to put some along the edge because then they're going to get super crispy while it's in there. Yum. This pan is so hot, be careful. I think we can actually turn this one off because we're done up here. All right, so that was 4 medium-sized potatoes. Maybe for 2 people, you could probably get away with 3, but we sort of want to have some leftovers this time. Next, we're going to sprinkle the rest of the cheese on the top. Yum. There we go. I'm going to take this lid out of the oven, put it on top of the pan. Oh, it's hot. We're going to put the whole thing in there. It's going to bake for about 30 minutes. Then I'm going to take the lid off and let the top layer of cheese brown for about 15 minutes. And then we'll be ready to eat. See you in a minute. Okay, so it cooked for 30 minutes with the lid on. Then I took the lid off. Be careful, it's ridiculously hot. Then we baked it for another 10 minutes with no lid. And then I changed it to broil for 3 minutes so we could get all this crispy yumminess on top. And here's what we have. It's beautiful. So if with any cast iron skillet, the Finex, whatever, this business is very hot. And here's my super secret trick. Don't forget to put something over the handle because you instinctively want to hold the handle. So put something on there. And now I'm going to serve it up. I did run a knife, or you could use a spoon or whatever is available around the edges to get these crispy bits off. The ones on the edge are going to be so delicious. And now we're going to serve it up. Oh my God, it's still steaming hot. We let it rest for, what was it, John? 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes? And look how hot it still is. All right, so I'm going to serve it up, but I don't think I'm going to try it right now. We're going to have to wait a bit. We'll be right back. Okay, I know that potatoes aren't keto friendly, which is why I used cream cheese instead of flour. But I really wanted to get a video up about scalloped potatoes and ham. So here they are. To me, they look amazing. I'm going to give them a try now. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Potatoes are perfectly cooked. The sauce is creamy. You don't have any of that broken cheese flavor or taste. It's absolutely perfect. Oh, I'm so excited. Yay. If I had some fresh parsley, I would put this on top, but I don't today. My bad. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and try this video. If you like, try this recipe. If you like scalloped potatoes and ham, this is gonna knock your socks off. Thanks for watching. See you soon.